Hi there, welcome to my kitchen. I have a demonstration that helps us to look at the chemical properties that make the structure of the plasma membrane ideal for regulating the movement of substances in and out of our cells. Let's say hello to Spike. He's hanging with me in the kitchen. And I'll set this down on my kitchen counter, and I've got a plate that I've already put plain water. You can see the rippling if I shake the plate a bit. I've put plain water on this plate. Try to get the focus good. And this is food coloring that I have on hand for birthday parties and such. And I'm gonna put a drop of food coloring into this water. And the food coloring is a water-based gel, and it's a gel in order to take more pigment with it. But with time, we can watch, and let me zoom in a little bit, but you can watch the food coloring spread across the water in the plate. And this is the action of diffusion. The drop of food coloring is a high concentrated area, and it is spreading slowly across the water until it reaches a barrier. And in this case, it's going to be the barrier that is created by the edge of the water and the plate. And what I've done is I've, quite a bit before I started the video, I added water and the food coloring drop to a plate just to kind of fast forward, time lapse. Over time, that high concentrated area will spread out and diffuse in the water until it reaches the edges and eventually will reach equilibrium. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but there's still a bit of a darker spot. Ooh, I'm gonna spill it in the center there. And if I shake it up, I can help it reach equilibrium faster. All right, now the good stuff. So here I have the same kind of plate, and across the center of the plate, I have built a wall, a barrier of butter. And I've poured water on either sides of the butter, and the butter is mimicking the lipid content of the phospholipid bilayer of the plasma membrane of our cells. And now if I add a drop of the food coloring into the water, and I am gonna cheat a bit and shake this just a little to mix and help the diffusion move faster so we can introduce energy in order to get movement to happen a little more quickly. And that's what I'm doing by shaking this here. And we can watch the food coloring diffuse out into the water until it reaches a barrier that prevents it from moving any further. So it's reaching the edge of the water on this side, and you notice that it's reaching a barrier that it cannot pass through in the wall of butter. And so the chemical properties of the lipid prevent the movement of the water-based food coloring across that barrier. And that is the exact same way that our cells' plasma membrane prevent the movement of water-soluble items from one side of the cell to the other. And instead, there are items that are embedded within our plasma membrane, typically protein channels, that allow for the movement in a very regulated way, like a gate, to allow things to move in and out of our cells and keep it tightly controlled to maintain homeostasis. I hope this demonstration has been a helpful way to visualize these processes, and I hope you're having a great day.